I'm back. South Rim. South Rim Walk and Talk, number 3, I believe. But don't hold me to it because my mind is filled with nature right now. And the last thing that I'm concerned with is mathematics. I'm coming around now. I wanted to show you some of the horticulture, if you will. And before I cut the last presentation or the last video, number 2, I was talking about bonsai and how they harvest them from nature. Now, of course, that's against the law here in the national park. And there are state parks, and then there's national parks. I think it was Teddy Roosevelt was a big. He went to Yosemite National Park once, Teddy Roosevelt, and he just fell in love with the place. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if you think I'm wrong, just say I'm wrong. You don't have to tell me I'm wrong because, like I say, I'm just trying to give you information that I read someplace or heard about. It may be accurate. It may be close to accurate. It may be close to totally wrong. But Teddy Roosevelt fell in love with Yosemite National Park. And he said this has to be preserved. He was a real wilderness. He went, Teddy Roosevelt, I forget the name of the book. He went down and almost lost his life with his son and a whole bunch of people in a canoe in the Amazon. I forget the name of the book, but you can find it. Teddy Roosevelt, Amazon. And he was near death. You know, he was running a fever, and they weren't going to let him go. He said, "Leave me back. Leave me to die. Go ahead with the expedition." But they would not, and he pulled through. Fascinating story. One of the gentlemen on the expedition was stealing food or stealing stuff. They were running low on things, and then I think he shot somebody and ran away into the Amazon. That was not the right thing to do. So Teddy Roosevelt, I got this on the 1X. Maybe I should back it up for you. Teddy Roosevelt was, look at the way they just grow out of the rocks. Wherever they need to grow, they grow. So this would be a perfect specimen to remove if it was legal and if you thought that that was a moral thing to do. A lot of people frown upon. But if it's public land, I guess, and nobody owns it, or what you have to do is you have to ask permission from the owner of the land in question, and he'll give you the okay. Otherwise, it's theft. So just wanted to talk to you about that. So this video is just giving you a bird's eye view of the trees in the forest. Now, if you're lucky enough to be a deer or any kind of wildlife in a national park, you're safe. Hunting is prohibited. It's not allowed. There's the trail up top. The wind has died down. See, these are natural bonsais with movement, shape, and the whole idea is to put these in a dish and make them look just like they look right here. A bonsai, no matter what it looks like, even if it's terribly unattractive, is attractive. Nothing in nature is unattractive. Look at all this dead wood. Look at this dead wood here, these fallen trees. So from 40 West, I took, at Williams, I got off at the Williams exit, and then I headed about 50 miles into the park. I guess that would be north, into the park. And nice. They said they haven't had rain in here in a long time. Okay, I'm halfway through. I don't want to keep you any longer. So you can use the main trail to my right, or you can get down a little bit lower and kind of just get in the thick of it. Look at these beautiful pines. Just growing like suckers. Reaching for the sky. The truck is still holding in there pretty good. Close to 157,000 miles. Knock on wood. Here's the tree. Here it is. Knock on wood. And just beautiful. And I'm all by myself. There's a young woman that's ahead of me that she was on the tram. She's been here before and she's going out for a hike as well. But other than that, I've got it all to myself. So, looks like a few weeks or a week or so, a few days after Thanksgiving. It's a really good time to come here. You won't be molested by too many other nature lovers. And they come from all over the world to see this park. Just like Yosemite, just like Yellowstone. Nice breeze. You always want to dress warm. You can always take clothing off, but you can't add clothing that you don't have. Always be prepared and bring as much warm clothing. It was quite chilly this morning. Look at the size of this, massive. See, if you have a lot of reserve, you can make your backyard look just like this. Just pour money on it. Just pour money on it. In California, they're doing a lot of natural, they're ripping out grass. My niece Laura did that up in San Luis Obispo, and they ripped it. A lot of people are doing it. You even gets, you get sponsorship too, I think, from certain city municipalities. So government agencies will give you money or sponsor some of the cost of it. And that's to cut down on water usage. And they just plant all natural. You never have to worry about a leaf blower or a lawnmower not starting. And you plant the natural plants that naturally grow in your residence. And they bloom and they bloom and they go crazy. Look at this. Okay, I'm gonna get, I hate to shut this off, but this video is not gonna show you much of the canyon. This is more of just the trails. If you haven't been to a national park, national park is what you're seeing right now. Completely unmolested or touched by human activity of any kind. Look at this fallen tree. Beautiful pines. I have a friend, I used to have a co-worker who just notified me that he lives 3 hours from here, and that I'm welcome anytime, and that he's even willing to feed me with a barbecue. So thank you. Thank you to Mr. Knickerbocker. Mr. Knickerbocker. He's the one who told me at work my head was on backwards. Who's gonna do that for you except a real good Joe? I said, thank you. No wonder I had so much trouble backing up the truck. My freaking head was on backwards. Isn't this nice? Look at all the wood, all the dead woods and all the pines. It's quiet. It's so quiet you can hear the sound of your own heartbeat. If you listen very, very carefully. I had a friend of mine who told me a very funny joke, or told a very funny joke, and it's one of my favorite jokes. Barry Diamond. His name is Barry Diamond. And I think I better go straight here before I get lost. Well, you can't go lost. You fall off the edge. Barry Diamond was at the Riviera Comedy Club in Las Vegas shortly before it was demolished. And he told his audience, if you're very, very quiet, you can hear the sound of them drilling the holes for the dynamite. And I just thought that was great. God, I'd hate to get lost. I hope I'm not lost. All right, I better shut this video down. All right, let me just come around here. Oh, it looks like I'm still on a trail. As long as you're on a trail, you should be okay. Some of you are saying, wow, what's he doing? I don't see any Grand Canyon. What is he doing? Well, I'm breaking it up. I'm showing a little Grand Canyon, and I'm showing a little wilderness, too. So our hats are off to the gentleman who came before us, who started the national park system. It was a leader in the world. The rest of the world, China, has wonderful national parks. And India, and all over the world, there's national parks now. And it was all started, or the idea was born here in America. And it's just the greatest thing in the world. Now, the North Rim, I think, is closed, the bus driver was saying, because of the snow. So at this time of the year, I think the South Rim is your best bet, because it's a lower elevation. Here's the road here. We can come right up here and get back up on the road and come back around. It's a lower elevation. Well, I can go this way too. 13 minutes. All right, I'm gonna have to break this one off. All right, you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed it. Number 3.